Hi everybody, today I'm going to be sharing with you the 7 steps to financial freedom. So let's get cracking. Step number 1 is your relationship with money. You need to sort it out. We all have a relationship to people, to animals, to things, including money. Now, how do you know whether you have a good relationship or a bad relationship with money? Very simple. Just look at your bank account. Like seriously, look at your bank account. How much money do you have there? You know, how many cars do you have? How many holidays do you go on? Look at the size of your stock market portfolio or your property portfolio. That will tell you immediately whether you have a good relationship or a bad relationship with money. So you need to sort that out. And one of the ways of sorting that out is just to discuss it with your significant other. You know, the words, things like wealth and money and what's going to happen to you on your journey. There'll be loads of things like coming out, beliefs that you have that are actually stopping you. And obviously we can help you with that, but that's something that you could do by yourself. Step number 2 is you need to know where you're going. What do you want? Like, what do you want? Most people don't know what they want. That's your vision. Now, even the people that know what they want, by the way, most people know what they don't want, right? I don't like my job, but they don't know what they want. So you've got to get very clear. You've got to write it down. That's the key. If you have it in here and you don't write it down, I ask somebody, what's your vision? And then 2 weeks later, I ask them again what they wanted. Guess what? It changed. They're never going to get it because it keeps changing. Even the people that know what they want, they don't know the second part, which is why do you want it? Oh my goodness. The why, the purpose, in business it's called the mission, is the key. It's the engine, it's the oil in that engine to drive you forwards. In other words, it's the motivation that you need to keep going until you succeed. See, I believe that you can be successful at anything, trading, investing, anything, as long as you have a big enough reason why you must succeed. Any parents will know that if your children weren't going to eat tomorrow, you would do something about it. Why? Because you must. And that word must is very important because, let's face it, you would agree that you probably, based on the amount of work that you do, the person you are, nice person, the amount of study you've done, etc., you should be wealthier than you are right now. Would you agree with that? So why aren't you? It's because you've never made it a must. You've made it it would be nice to, if somebody gave me the money, etc., and I'll do a little bit, but never a must, because if you must, that motivation will keep you going. So, step number 3 then is you need to know, you need to have a plan. You need to, in order to have a plan, you need to know where you are right now. If I'm going somewhere, either a sat nav or a map, I need to know where I am right now to know where I'm going. So you need those 2 things. Where are you right now? And that is called your net worth. Your net worth is your assets minus your liabilities. It's what you own minus what you owe. And if you subtract the one from the other, you get your net worth. So, how much are you worth? Most people haven't got a clue. Well, that is the only measure of real value, your net worth. It's not how much you earn, because you could be earning $300,000 a year, but spending $320,000 a year, you're in trouble. You could be earning $20,000 a year, but saving $1,000, you're doing good. So your net worth, now that's where you are right now. Where do you want to be? It's called your critical net worth, with a C, critical net worth. This is the amount of money that you have invested which throws off what you need to live on. So for example, if you want £50,000 a year, and let's say you know a way, and we can teach you this of course, how to make 10% on this critical net worth, how much does your critical net worth need to be at 10%, which gives you 50,000? Well, the answer is 500,000. 500,000 when invested at 10% gives you 50,000 every year, every year, every year, every year. And you still have the 500,000. You never touch the 500,000. My mentor, the great T. Harv Eker, would call this the golden goose. You never kill the golden goose. And that's the mistake that most people make. They spend their money. Don't spend your money. You can invest your money, but don't spend your money. And at 10%, 50,000 every year, every year, every year. Step number 4, you need to know what is money. I ask people, who wants more money? Everyone, yeah, I want more money. I said, well, what is money? Not a clue. How can you get something if you don't know what it is? So, you need to know what money is. And in my opinion, it's a mixture of three things. Number one, it is nothing but a reflection of the value you add to society. So, if you're making a lot of money, good news, you're adding a lot of value to society. If you're not making a lot of money, bad news, it's because, and this is really important, it's not the value that you think, it's the value other people think, society. So it's perceived by them. Now you can change that perception, which is step number 2, which I'll come on to in just a moment. So I know it's a tough pill to swallow, but if you're not making a lot of money, it just means that right now, and you can change that, it means you're just not adding enough value to society, or they don't know that you are. So therefore, the second part is creativity. In other words, what can you do creatively? How creative can you be in order to show society that you really are adding value just in the way that you believe that you are? What am I talking about here? I'm talking, of course, about sales and marketing. Yourself. How are you dressed? Do you talk to people about the value that you add? I mean, what you can do is you can add value, and people are taking, but now and again, it might be a good idea to just ask them and say, hey, are you enjoying what I'm doing for you? And they go, oh, yes, actually, yes, I am. Great, how much are you enjoying it? And so you are basically showing them how much value you add. If you are in a job, who do you need to show that you're adding value? Your boss. If you have your own business, who do you need to be showing value to? Your clients. So you are selling and marketing, and this is a whole section by itself because, of course, the word selling, everybody goes crazy. They don't like it. It's pushy, it's saying no, and they keep going. They keep ringing me while I'm eating and in the evening. That's their perception of sales. And if they have a negative connotation or negative mind link to sales is bad, you have a big problem. The bottom line is, my friends, we're always selling ourselves. The way you dress, the way you talk, the way you act, whether you help people or not, you're always selling and marketing yourselves. But whole nother topic. So, and the third part of that is passion. Like, are you passionate? Do you love what you do? And if you do, number 1, keep adding value. 2, keep telling people that you are adding value in terms of creativity. What can you do? Is it a book? Can you give them a book? Is it a download? Is it a website? Is it, how can you add more value to people? Be creative around it and be passionate while you're doing it. You will make a lot of money. You will. It's the law of the universe. You will make a lot of money. Cannot be denied you. So focus on that. Step number 5 is there are some millionaire concepts that you just need to do. One of them, of course, is compounding or compounding growth. And we teach you how you take some money, you invest it, it's whatever, 15, 20, 25, 35% a year, and you don't do what everybody else does, which is throw it away, okay, spending, but you reinvest it, and you grows like crazy. And our graduates tell us, you don't really know what compound growth is until you do it. So you might have heard about it, you might have read about it, you might even talk about it, but you don't know what it is until you actually do it because it's like magic. Another millionaire concept is, for example, OPM, other people's money. Come on, everybody who ever got rich doesn't do it using their own money. They go to a bank or they go to somebody else to get some more money. Look, if you bought a property, would you put 100% of the money down? No. You would put down 20% and 80% is OPM, other people's money from the bank. So this is called leverage. Leverage is amazing if you know what to do, but it's a bit of a double-edged sword, so you better know what to do, right? If it goes wrong, you're going to be owning a lot of money or owing a lot of money, so make sure that you do know what you're doing. Another concept are things like OPKN or OPK, and that's other people's knowledge, right? It is so much faster to be either listening or what we call modeling somebody who's already where you want to be and using that knowledge in order so that you can go 10 times faster. So don't try and do everything your way. You don't need to. There are other people that have already done what you wanted to do. So just follow that as much as you possibly can. Okay? Now there's also things like OPE, other people's efforts. Again, don't do things by yourselves, because if you do everything by yourself, you can't grow. You stay stuck. So everybody that I know of, if I say, hey, do you have a business? They think they're business owners. They're not business owners. They're self-employed. And so what you need to do is you need to hire the people, set up the systems, the processes, the procedures in order to go from being self-employed in order to have a business. So those are just some of the millionaire concepts that are out there. Step number 6 is you need to build a team or a dream team. Surrounding yourself with the right people, tax people and lawyers and accountants and bankers and all of these kind of people that would just make your life so much simpler because they're the experts in that field. Remember, you're the expert in whatever you do and you don't want to be kind of good at a lot of different things. Stick what you are really good at and get the experts in. Create a team. And some people talk about masterminding, getting together with like-minded people and sort of working on whatever subject or problem that you have, and they will help you with contacts, with knowledge, with tips, techniques, etc. that it is. So a dream team. Now, part of that dream team should definitely 100% consist of either or a coach, I would say, and or a mentor. So what's the difference between a coach and a mentor? Well, a mentor is somebody who's already where you want to be, right? So Richard Branson, for example, how many of you would love to have Richard Branson in your business? Do you think he might make a few changes? Of course, and it would be very impactful. And they're not that easy to get hold of. But a coach, there are coaches out there who've trained to be a coach. Now, maybe they're not where Richard Branson is, but they have a bag of, like a toolbox of tools in there to get you from where you are now to wherever you want to go, but 10 times faster than you could do by yourself. Step number 7. And step number 7 is, look, have you ever heard of the law of attraction? Have you heard like The Secret and Rhonda Burns and, whenever you put out something, you put energy in it with emotion, it'll be attracted into your life. What you focus on is attracted into your life. And there's a whole generation that watch that, The Secret, and they think that all they need to do is focus on something with a lot of emotion, and then it comes into their life. That is such horseshit. Like, so if I focus on that pen, it's going to come into my life, is it? I tell you what's going to happen. Look, I'm going to lean over, and I'm actually going to have to take action. Now, was it right in the sense that I had to focus on it first? Yes, that was half. But the other half is action. You need to take action. You need to do this on a daily basis. Let me tell you that the law of attraction even has the word action in it. Attraction. And that somehow was missed in this fantastic thing called The Secret. It was a great product. It sold millions, but unfortunately it forgot about half or more than half, in my opinion, of what you need to do, which is to take action on a daily basis. And I mean on a daily basis. I mean even like your mind. It doesn't matter whether you're going to work. Okay, if you're driving, then you're going to have to listen to it. But if you are going on public transport, reading just 5 minutes of something that keeps you inspired and growing. Maybe you want to be extremely good at whatever it is that you're doing. So for example, you're an admin person or an admin assistant, but are you the best in the world? Are you reading around the subject on your way into work and on your way out of work? Most people, they don't take any action. Most people, they say, why should I do more? They need to pay me more, then I'll do more. It's the opposite. If you come in a little bit earlier, if you ask the boss at lunchtime, hey, can I help you with anything? If you stay a little bit late, if you ask them, how can I add value to you? That's when you will get paid more. It's the other way around. It's the other way around. People say, I'll only do it. Well, you've got it wrong, my friend. It is the other way around. Take action, massive action on whatever it is that you're doing. And by the way, if it's not the right action, it doesn't matter because you will get feedback. And then you can change stuff. People think they're trees. Repeat after me. I am not a tree. You can change, you can move, you can go from one job to another, you can start a new business. That doesn't work, do that. You can invest in the stock market if that particular industry doesn't. You can come out, you can do silver. That doesn't work, go into cryptocurrencies. That doesn't work, go into. You can do all of those things because you are not a tree. Take action, and when you do it, take massive action. And those are the 7 steps to financial freedom. Thank you so much for watching this video. I'd like to invite you to our social media channel at Investment Mastery for updates on our trading, daily motivation. Our traders are going to be sending in how you can profit from the stock market, the markets, and much, much more. Find the links below.